Alright, so I welcome you all back. Okay, last class we talked about tools used in retouching, and I said there are under two categories. There are two categories of tools. We have the one under sampling, and we have the other one under selection. So the one under sampling we dealt in last class. Today we'll be looking at the one under selection, and the reason why I categorically group them like this is because so you will know how they function and how to use them, the similar properties on these tools, and when to use them as well. Okay, so now just for recap, we have two sampling tools, the healing brush tool and the clone stamp tool. Why for selection tools? Yeah, any tools that select. Now I'm going to show you why we need them. So the first one is the rectangular marker tool. The second one is the lasso tool. The third one is let me keep on looking. Okay, I think that's just the two. No, there's another one, the patch tool. Yeah, so we have the patch tool. There are three: the patch tool, the lasso tool, and the rectangular marker tool. Let's start with this one. Now basically what this does, the wholly similar things concerning these three tools use the feather. So look at the marker tool, has the feather, the lasso tool has a feather, and the patch tool does not have feather. Just this doesn't need feather at all. But most importantly, these two have feather, so they are common. Okay, so now I will tell you when to use a marker tool, rectangular marker tool. Now you can use the elliptical, but I don't use this elliptical a lot. The marker tool is just because any image has a rectangular shape. All image, no matter how it is, must have a rectangular frame. Okay, so now let's come here. Now the marker tool, there are two ways to use the marker tool. The first one is after selection. Let's say I want to fill this top part right here. I'm just going to make a selection of the places I want, and then I'm going to go to edit, fill, and content aware, or you can use the color. I can use color, I can use content aware. Let's see the one that works. Let's use content aware first of all. So see the way content aware fills it in. Amazing. Okay, let's, after that, that's the first one. Second one, Ctrl Z, let's fill it with color. So for us to fill it with color, we're still going to do the same thing, the same procedure, but I'm going to use the shortcut Shift F5. I can select color from the drop down menu, and it's going to ask me pick a color. I'm just going to pick sample this place. It's okay, and press OK, and boom, that's the second way. But you can see that if I Ctrl D, you're going to see the line, even if you use the content aware tool. So let's undo that. Edit, redo. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is to make a selection below like this. So you can see where I selected. I can even select it again to select somewhere where you know. Okay, like this. And this time around, just hit Ctrl T to bring up the transform. Ctrl T, and then hold down Shift and drag it up. So that's the way to use the marker tool. Sometimes you're going to see this stretchy. So just know when to use it. Okay, so and after that you can use the mixer tool brush to fill it in and blend all those stretch pixels that are inside. So that's for the rectangular marker tool. Ctrl D to deselect, and when I do it like that, I get this. You can see blended image. So you can do it like that. You can do whatever you want to do. Okay, so that's for the marker tool. This one is a little bit different. Lasso tool, it's you know how to use the marker tool for retouching right now. It's just to cover up like this one. Now I can just select it and do it like this, and then Ctrl T to bring up the transform. Hold down Shift and drag. So I'm going to remove that, and that's just a simple way to do it. So Ctrl Z, So this one, you don't need to create another layer and choose current and below like the first one. Doesn't have current and below, or it works with that layer you are on. So let's go to Ctrl D to deselect. Now I can use this one. So this one is actually easy because this thing is not in rectangular shape. I can just drag like this, and I make a selection, and again I go to edit fill and just click on content aware and it's okay. So it's actually going to fill it with the color. Sometimes it doesn't work fine, or it won't give you the right color, and result. So right now, boom, gives out at least something very good that can be manageable. So that's for it if you want to select a particular place. Now that's for this one, the lasso tool. It's not like the rectangular tool, but still the same procedure. Let's see if we drag like this, Ctrl T, we bring up the transform as well. You can hold down shift, you can drag, but this one, you can see the way it's functioning. It actually leave a space inside, so it's not like the macro tool. So I wouldn't advise you to use this one for this method. Ctrl T for transform. So let's do Ctrl Z and then Ctrl D to deselect. Ctrl Z, Z, Z. Okay. So I'll advise you to use the macro tool for that. Why this one to select? I can select this now and use the content aware tool. So Ctrl D. Now the last one is this one, which is the patch tool. The patch tool is actually easy. Like the lasso tool, you select, you drag to a place you want it to look like. So if I want to carry the face there, I can leave it. So okay, so Ctrl Z, I can take it to a new space, remove that, take this one, remove that, and so on and so forth. I can even drag all of this, take it towards the side, and I leave it to give me the same result if I want to remove all the paper from the image. So that's for this patch tool. Very important tool you need to know. Now why do we need it? Of course we need it. We need it so much. Let's come here and see. Now this is a raw file, and look at the face, which is very, very rough. Sometimes you need to, I don't think we need the rectangular marker to, okay, we need it for this side or this side. I can just select here, Ctrl T, bring up the transform, hold down shift, drag, and drag it up, so I can remove that. I can also do it the same thing here, come down, Ctrl T, hold down shift, drag it down, and I can remove that. All gone. Okay, so now the image is too bright. Of course we have this one at the back of his head. We can just select like this. Now this is actually very trickish, because if I Ctrl Z, this is just to make the selection, which is the lasso tool. I can use the patch tool to drag it out, and sometimes you think, oh, very easy, but you can see all of that beside it. So it actually function like the healing brush tool. So in other words, you need to use the clone stamp tool here, just like because we make a selection. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to come back to this. So now let's say this is what we have. No matter how you drag it, it's still going to give you the same thing. You see, it's still there. Now I want to show you something. Ctrl Z, 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 Z. Let's bring everything back. Since you know how these three tools function, it's now high time you blend these three tools plus the earlier tool we learned on the sampling. So now the best one to use is this one. Since you can use the patch tool and you can use the rectangular marker tool, this is the only tool left, which is the lasso tool. Now this is how to use it. You just drag and make sure you select. Now since I've selected it, I will now start using, I won't use this one, this healing tool brush, because let's make it bigger. When I sample from outside, it's actually going to sample both the color, and I'm going to have something like this. You can see the edge. So instead of having that edge, I'm going to use the clone stamp to sample somewhere outside. Hold down Alt, sample outside, and I'm just going to fill it in like this. So you see how good that is. Now, very, very easy. Control D to deselect. So you combine all of these tools together. So you know when to use the clone stamp tool and when to use the healing brush tool. And the importance of this lasso tool is to give boundary. So I can select the head and select inverse. In fact, I can select somewhere outside, and I can use this one. No matter where I select, it's not going to affect anywhere. Why? Because I'm outside of the selection. So unless I sample inside and I draw, that's when you're going to see it. So no matter what I do, it's not going to pass that boundary. It's just going to be there. So you can see, and once I let go, Control D to deselect, it's going to be there. So Control Z, Control Z. Let's remove all of that. Control D to deselect. So that's how to use this tool. Now, one other important thing is sometimes I use the healing brush tool. Sometimes I use the patch tool. So I can just say, let me remove this mark. I can just drag and drag to a clean place. Take this one, drag to a clean place. Just like that. And I'll keep on doing this. I can select this one, drag to a clean place. I can use the healing brush tool, make it smaller, and sample somewhere outside. You can see it's locked, so let's unlock it. Alt, sample, alt, come on, sample, and so it's still like that. Let's drag in close. It's on current and below, so let's bring another one. So since it's not working, let's leave it. Let's use the clone stamp tool. Alt. Okay, I think we have a selection. That's why it's not working. Control D to deselect. Let's try it again, because sometimes when the tool is not working, it means there's a selection somewhere. Okay, you see. So if you're faced with that problem, always know there is a selection somewhere. Now I can use the clone stamp tool. I can just select a particular place, Alt, and it's on current layer. It's not working. So that's how to know. So current and below, and then bam. That's what to do. You can limit your just like that. So that's what to do with all of these tools, and I hope you really got something from it. Let's go to the next image. So all of these, they are actually very, very important. Take a look at the dirt on the floor. I can use the let's use the healing brush to let's see the result. Okay, so that works fine. You can use this one. You can use this one to make selection. I can select this, but I can't do anything. I can only do fill with content aware. Shift F5, content aware. Come on, and it's okay, and boom, it should be out of the way. All right, so apart from that, we can also come here, use the other tool, patch tool, select this, drag it down, and that's gone. Which one? We can use the marker tool, like I said, and that one is actually very important when I want to remove this glass. So something like this, and then you drag out, and so those are the two tools. And we have the sampling and the selection tool. So I'll most likely use this tool when doing retouching jobs, a lot of retouching jobs. Okay, but I've not talked about some of which I'm going to show you later on, and I'll group it into another category so that it will actually be very easy for you. All right, guys, so thank you. I'm going to see you in the next one.